Episode number 11 of the NoodleCast. It might not be episode 11. We'll work it out when we get to that. It's January 9th. I'm your host, Time to the Post, Rents. NoodleCast is here to bring you whatever comes to our minds first when it comes to anything and everything on the internet. Here today we have Park, Holon, and Jones. Alright, introduce yourselves.
What's up, yo?
You gotta say your name so they know who you
Yeah,
are.
Holland, the shit talker.
Alright, you do.
Whatever.
Okay, how's it going? It's Art.
Alright.
I'm Jesse Jones.
Jesus Christ. Alright.
The most cringe-worthy
You're telling me
podcast on the internet.
with every single penny you're not already paying for.
It's like, see, we got it all together. We're good to go. Like, honestly, I don't think we can talk about that tweet. That tweet is terrible. Bruh.
Wait, which tweet?
The one about they're making prosthetic.
Oh, yeah.
Ding
Yeah,
dongs.
yeah, no.
Like, why?
No, man.
Why?
I'm gonna say it. Okay. How has it gotten so bad to the point? I thought we'd never see this where, okay, I don't care if your child identifies as whatever they want to identify as. But if it's gotten to the point where you are actually making prosthetics for this condition and attaching it to the child.
I don't know, like, the thing I don't understand
People
is...
gonna rule you for that. Like, they're gonna nail you to the cup for that word condition.
They're gonna fucking
Okay,
hate
so, this is the thing, is like, how involved are the parents going to be in something like this?
They gotta order
You
it.
understand, like, if there's one thing that I've noticed with a lot of these things, it's like, the parents are the driving force for all of this. The parents are the ones that are like, we want this for our child. You know what I mean? And so you have a child of 5 years old that feels like it wants to be... It says it wants to be something other than what it is, which is fine. Kids have their imaginations, and I'm not saying it's imaginary for those who want to get their feelings hurt. But what I'm saying is, like, they're fucking kids. They don't know what the fuck is going on. So how deep are the parents going to be into this? Are they themselves placing it, or are they teaching their kids to place it on themselves?
This is where I'm confused, because when I was growing up, and I used to tell my parents, hey, I got a girlfriend, or, I'm dating someone, right? They'd be like, where y'all going?
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all doing?
Right.
Y'all in high school.
Right.
And you're talking about 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds with an understanding or a mentality with sexuality attached.
My thing is
In
like,
high school,
they shouldn't even...
in high school, my parents asked me where we were going. What are we doing?
The thing is, like, the more we go deeper into this train of thought, the more it circles back to, like, alright, just putting this out here, like, FC did fucking kill himself.
Oh my god, what?
Like, and I'm gonna say that, I'm gonna preface that because the point I'm trying to make is, at the end of the day, what they're doing is sexualizing these children. Like, what's that one kid who does drag or whatever that's like super popular?
I forgot his name.
The blonde kid?
Yeah, you know who I'm talking
Yeah.
about. I don't know his name because I don't.
Nah, we don't want to give him the platform for that.
I don't.
Do not boost his credit.
Not even that. It's like I just don't affiliate my mind with those ideals. You know what I mean? So I don't have a recollection for his name. Which, I mean, he's still a human being. I can respect that. But that he's a little boy, or I'm not gonna assume his gender. But yeah, he's a little boy who dresses in drag. Like, he identifies as a boy, he dresses in drag. Like, but what are drag queens but exaggerated, like, women? You know what I mean? Male energy in the form of a woman. You know what I mean? Like, an over-sexualized woman. You know what I mean? And
But-
to have a child be doing this is we're sexualizing the children, and we have this like weird like like pedophiles like we don't have this in the highest powers like.
But-
The dude was literally just fucking killed over this shit. Like, I'm sorry if I'm gonna like we're already in conspiracy theory area, but you got me fucking talking, so I'm just gonna put this out here.
I
'Cause,
mean,
like, to me, that sounds
to be fair, conspiracy, the word itself is a conspiracy.
right,
So,
right.
but you know,
But we are under a monolithic conspiracy. And that's been the way it's been for a while.
So how about that Google Stadia?
That shit is garbage. But what do you think of Xbox?
That gameplay or Game Pass? Or are you talking about the?
No. I'm talking not Game Pass, but Xbox. It's called
like their PS Now equivalent.
Yeah, but like right now, since they're doing the testing phase, like
Yeah.
all the games are pretty much free to play.
I think that it'll work a lot better, just because like not just because they
even
have
on
a
my
better
worst
infrastructure.
connections,
They just
I
have
still
a
get
much better.
good. Like it looks good.
Yeah.
It plays decent.
My thing is like for Microsoft, the main thing, the issue that Google had is they tried to release a new platform and then have people pay for old games at a full price
That's
point,
not even
which
the
didn't
problem.
make any
The
sense.
problem is that they lied.
Well,
Like these
it's not
companies
even
just straight lie. Like I'm
Yeah.
tired of the game shows and this other bullshit because like it's you're lying to people. You're lying. What was this
That's how
about
they get their sales
teraflops?
Yeah,
What was it?
my-
It was saying like 9.8 teraflops. That this
Yeah.
shit was gonna be 8K.
Yeah,
type
my thing
shit.
isn't
Like,
even the
thanks,
lies. Yeah, like
thanks, EA.
the lies aren't even the main issue because like every company lies. My thing is just like the whole premise alone was like crippled from the start. Like when you because they want to do
Like
streaming
2K.
only and they're like, oh, we're gonna do 4K and everything. It's just like if they had like set a reasonable standard, they were like, hey, it's gonna be at 1080p. You're gonna be able to stream it, and then they had it at a discounted cost, or they sold it like Netflix, where you pay $17, $20 a month for the games instead of you gotta pay a monthly fee to get it in 4K, and then buy the game.
I'm just
Because
waiting to
that
see
doesn't
what
make any
Xbox
sense.
is going to start
Which-
charging for
which
this.
is-
Because if this service is... Because they've already showed that they're doing better than their competitors.
So if you don't pay your internet bill,
You
how do you not play your Stadia?
no, you gotta take your ass to
That's
the
the thing
library,
about-
connect to the library
and
internet, and
That's
play
the
your
thing about...
Stadia.
You're paying $60 for a title. But on a system, when you download the game, at least you have it on a system. With Stadia, this service can just die this year. I guarantee it'll fucking die if they don't do
You
something
still got all
about it.
those games.
Yeah, my thing is like there's another console
You don't
coming
own
out.
them.
It's
they're
supposed to be
under
like the
your name.
Atari. It has Earthworm Jim's new game as an exclusive title. And they were talking about it, and it's gonna have like cloud-based stuff, but it's gonna be like an actual console where you can buy a disc. My thing is like they gave all this publicity to Stadia. I'm like, what about that console? That console deserves money just because it at least functions.
What?
Like it's like this Earthworm. It's like Earthworm Jim has it as an exclusive launch title.
Oh, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
Will,
yeah. Yeah, put me on.
pull it up.
I got you.
Willie
I got
D's
you.
pulled it up.
Yeah, what was it called?
So let me see. Earthworm Jim
Yeah,
launch
okay.
title. I think it's
See, the thing about Stadia is, I knew that was kind of gonna be a fucking disaster because if you watch the presentation video,
They fucking lied.
hold on, let me talk.
Oh, it's a flop like My Hero?
wait, My Hero. Oh, it's the
Oh,
new
for the
television.
Intellivision.
Yeah,
the
new
Intellivision. Yeah.
When they did their
You know what I'm
presentation
talking about.
for
Yeah.
Stadia,
My Hero's a flop.
the input, you could just tell the input delay was off. It was way off. Like,
One of their free games is a fighting game.
I've seen
Samurai Showdown.
I thought it was like Street Fighter or something for some
Nah,
reason.
it's
Is it
Samurai
Street Fighter? But
It's
like,
really not. There's this new, what's that, one-up
I'm trying
arcade?
to talk. Hold on. There.
What? Shit, fuck it,
Shit.
go for it.
Thought.
I lost my thought. Fuck it. Talk.
I like how we went from Epstein to and children. To
I'm trying to keep it optimistic.
I don't think that's the word.
But yeah, for the Intellivision's new console, Earthworm Jim is gonna be a launch console. It basically,
yeah, we kind of shifted really fast.
This is the very definition of destruction. This is what the government wants us to do.
Yeah, so the new console is called the Amico. It is supposed to come out this year, and it's supposed to cost less than the other consoles. And the way that it's supposed to work is all built in. So it's like all and they're not allowing any DLC for it. I don't know how they're gonna work with it. I guess it might tailor to like old school games or something, so that they're not gonna have patches or anything. I feel like that's not a good system. Maybe it allows patches, but there's no paid DLC for
This
it.
is probably gonna be like a party system, more of like a, invite people over and hang out and play games like that.
Yeah, because they
Those
said
arcade style games.
the cost of the system's gonna be $149 to $179. And the games will cost anywhere from $299 to $799. So I think it's definitely just gonna be like a retro console where you can buy like Earthworm Jim and like older console exclusives, like I don't know, like what's that, Space Invaders, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Space Invaders was the game back in the day.
Galaga, like Pac-Man, like stuff like that.
Just give me GoldenEye 64.
I don't
Man,
think that's gonna
give me
be
that
on there.
You just need a computer, dude. Just join the master race.
Yeah.
No.
Well, looking at they have a launch title list, and I've never heard of half this shit. So Astro Smash, Shark, Baseball, Night Stalker. I heard of Night Stalker.
Night Stalker.
Skiing, Math Fun, Snafu, Utopia, Frog Bog, Boxing, Bowling, Triple Action, Tron, Deadly Discs, Cloudy
Okay, I've
Mountain.
heard of Tron.
Cloudy Mountain, Crown of Kings, Star Strike, Horse Racing, Auto Racing, B-17 Bomber. I fucking remember.
I feel
from
like
the
hold on.
Asian episode.
I feel like Amico and Google Stadia, they're gonna be like the poor kids alternative to like PlayStation and like Xbox.
No, Stadia
You know,
isn't cheap
hold on.
though. It's
Hold
not
on.
cheap.
I thought it
though.
only cost like $150.
Yeah, but you gotta pay full price for everything
Okay,
and a
but let me
subscription.
say
Games
this.
are
Let me
$60.
say this. Let me
Hold
say
on,
this.
time out.
Parents
Time
don't
out.
know
Stop. Because I have zero knowledge on the Stadia.
Yeah.
Did you just tell me you spent $150 for an imaginary console?
Yeah.
It's a Google
Stop.
Chromecast.
Stop.
It's a Chromecast,
So you
bro.
pay $150?
It's a Chromecast and it comes with a controller.
No.
And the controller is just an Xbox controller.
You're telling me y'all niggas are paying $150?
Nah, I'm not paying that
My
shit.
So
boys are
you-
paying
so you-
$150. People are paying $150
Just for the console.
to be
Dumbasses.
played like you used to do.
So
with
you
your
don't
brother when
need
he
you
actually
don't
played
need
video
the
games?
console itself.
You
You
just have
only
the
need a
controller?
controller. You
Yep.
only need the controller to play. So because you can play on the
So you paying
PC.
$150 for a controller?
Yes.
Pretty much.
You can play in Chrome.
The
You can play
Chromecast
on
is cool.
How much
I'm
is the?
not-
Hold on. How much is the replay? How much is it to replace a controller?
The controller's
Just
like
you can use
$60.
you can just use an Xbox controller.
So it's not set up to work with the Xbox controller yet because it doesn't recognize
it.
So
So
you
they
can-
couldn't even get that
So
right.
And
you
then for
spend
the phones, it only works on a
$150
Pixel.
on a controller,
Yeah.
and then you spending $17 a month for a subscription.
Yes. To run it in a higher resolution because it only goes up to HD, quote unquote.
As well as you're paying $60 per game.
Yes.
If you want to play the newer games.
Also, the games are old. So they got Rise of the Tomb Raider as one of their launch titles. $60. Doom coming out. $60 on launch. They discounted it not a little bit, not at all. And when their frame rates were having issues, when the resolutions were having problems, you know what Google said? Google said we give developers all the tools that they need, and they'll run the games however they see fit and for their consoles, and we believe in them. They basically said
So
if your
basically
shit's stuttering,
they
if
said
your
it's
shit
a
lagging,
scam.
it's the developer's fault.
It's a scam.
It is a scam, and like some people have been saying so bad, like it's skipping full frame rates and continues and doesn't try to backpedal and play that scene again, or the input delay is just bad. It's like
Basically,
it frozen
like,
in time.
controlling.
Yeah.
By the way, the Amico also has Sega titles. They have a partnership with them. They got
So-
Toe Jam and Earl.
So Crazy Taxi coming back?
No, it's retro, so it's like 2D games. So it's like Toe Jam and Earl. They might get Sonic. Like Sega don't have a console anymore. They might put Sonic on there.
You just want Sonic.
I said crazy taxi. Where'd you get Sonic from?
Because it's owned by Sega.
I said crazy taxi.
I said it has to be a 2D game. That's a 3D game. I said it has to be 2D.
Restrictions.
It's like it's supposed to be like an 8-bit console.
Somebody fire Willie. His pull-up game is bad.
I'm too busy trying to mod this game.
Among these classic system relaunches, where is the Dreamcast classic? Where is my 64
You know how
classic?
fucking expensive
Can I
a
finish?
Dreamcast would be?
I just go buy a 64.
No, hold on.
Yeah,
What?
64.
Have you not seen the Sega launch consoles before they came out with the now Sega Classic? Sega was coming out with some bullshit music. they had the built-in
I bet you Japan was getting like shit from Nintendo and Sega.
Yeah.
Still that we probably never.
But Sega loves Brazil. They still releasing Genesis down there.
They still for the games for the Genesis.
Well, they're still like keeping it in production and still fixing them and doing stuff like that and selling them. And like they really love Brazil. Brazil loved them some Sega. So when the Sega Classic came out, people were like hyped as fuck. You play that shit, all their games fucked up.
You push that switch. Sega.
The sound was distorted and it was like Sega. And I'm like, oh god, the sound chip's fucked up.
So, what did they release for the Sega Classic? They released all the Sonic games, right?
The new Sega Classic, like the current one.
Pull it. No.
Which one was it? There was one where they released like Sonic and Knuckles.
Sega.
And it was a whole bunch of games. Or maybe I'm thinking Super Nintendo.
Let me see. I think. Oh, they had Mickey Mouse game. I don't know which Sonic games though. I know.
Man, with all these classes coming out, y'all might as well just grab a fucking VTech.
Or any other shit.
I'm gonna need an Atari 2600.
I remember my sister got one.
Leapfrog.
A VTech. Those are two separate companies. Pretty sure.
VTech, yeah.
I don't know.
Isn't Leapfrog educational toys?
Yes,
VTech
it is.
VTech is the same.
They're the same company.
VTech, we're not talking
I
about
just remember that shit because they try to make like rip-off Game Boys and shit with the cartridges.
Oh yeah, I remember all that. Oh my god.
You're a legend if you know what that sound is.
Cleaning off the cartridge.
So let me get my whoop. And you went into my pockets.
For what? Where did I go in your pockets for what?
Got you that.
Actually, Alex walked in there and grabbed that.
Oh, did
You left it out there.
Oh.
That's
Goofy.
why I walked
Well, I
down.
apologize.
Alright, so for Sega, they launched with 42 games. Damn, let me see. They got the original Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog Spinball. Yeah. Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Why didn't they put all the Sonic the Hedgehog games together? What the fuck is wrong with this person that made this list?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Shame.
I don't know how they didn't put that there. That would probably be the one to put, or whatever. They made room for Tetris though, which is that's the most important.
You know who had some underrated games for the Game Boy? Wario.
Yeah, Wario had some great games. And that one
was a good game.
I know someone who was really obsessed with that, like to the point where he was
as Wario.
No, like he was buying the strategy guides and he was actively, like, I would say he's one of the first people I've known to actively debunk like glitches in the game, go in and look in the game for shit. Like, he was dedicated, man. I thought Wario was disgusting because I thought he was like I thought he was supposed to be like
the anti-Mario?
Well, that and I thought
I
thought he was like I thought he was supposed to be like a parody character, like be a lot more cruder than I thought he was. Like, I thought it was supposed to be like a rated M game or something. Because of the way he looked. I thought he was Like, cause this nigga was farting all over the screen and shit. Like, I know what was going on.
But I mean, I don't think they were gonna put.
Yo, this nigga was using ass cheeks to crush stone. That's how.
I mean, Mario
it's not
slammed
like
on things.
It's not like the Conker's Bad Fur Day, where you're where one game you got introduced by fucking playing him in go karts, and then the next game you play Conker's Bad Fur Day, and you're like, holy shit, this nigga really crazy fucked up life.
Yeah.
It's like that's a real bad. That's a real bad day.
adult
Like,
only on the 64?
Yeah, it was rated for mature.
No, I thought it was
Or it's teen.
it's
Ayo.
yeah,
AO.
adult only.
Adult only? Yeah, that's right. Wow, I had that game too, that's crazy.
I had it as a kid, and I didn't even have an N64.
It's not
It
even
was
that bad of a
bullshit.
game, honestly. It's
Or it's
pretty
because
tame.
it was in the 90s.
You gotta think, it was the 90s.
It's like they're getting shot and their blood coming out of them, the whole ass
Yeah,
rib cage,
this is
people
cartoon.
getting eaten.
You jumping, you gotta beat to get laid and shit.
His girlfriend, like, he's wearing short shirts and shit and doing yoga and showing her ass and shit. Like, he's just all types of shit.
There was a puzzle.
I mean, it's not like adult only games now,
Yeah.
but
Right. Everything's pretty. They think we've got a handle on it. And like, it's kids. They lived through the 90s. But like, fucking, there was a puzzle in that game. Or it wasn't even a puzzle, but you talk to like a plant, like a sunflower plant. She grows breasts.
Yep.
And you jump on these
Yep.
things.
Yeah, to get to, you gotta get the money.
I was
It's
like,
like balloon.
oh. I was confused.
Mhm.
My dad saw that.
You
He freaked
understand
out.
I hope you understand that, kids. You gotta jump on the table to get to the money.
Dad, how does this work? Get the hell out of my face.
King Pooh wasn't even that terrifying.
Man,
He just had to
I'll
really.
throw my shit at you.
I'm the king of poo.
It's just like.
They
I don't
had
know.
opera and shit.
Man,
Conker gets drunk and pisses on fire demons that are jumping around and shit.
Drunk as
he was
fuck.
pissed. Pissed drunk.
The King Puma, or whatever his name is, like he's constant, like in every cutscene he's like, I need that red score so my milk doesn't fall over. No one else is short enough to go underneath my table. I'm like, bruh.
And then they had the audacity to have you fight an actual xenomorph from Aliens at the end of the game.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, the final boss is an alien.
Yeah.
From
You're in the-
Aliens.
Yeah, you're in
Oh,
the
yeah,
next
yeah, that's right. That was crazy.
The spoiler warning: his girlfriend gets killed by it,
Sad.
and that's why he had a bad day. You had a bad day.
That was fucked up.
Just
Thing.
standing around.
Yeah, I forgot you fight him at the end. I couldn't get past that mission. I actually never officially beat the game.
I had to run
Me
it.
neither.
I had to run an emulator to play it because I hadn't had a Nintendo console for like the longest.
I had the original game on the 64. I just was never able to actually beat the game.
You ever try to hook up an actual N64 controller to a computer? That shit is hell. It's hell in 2007.
No,
This
Don't
The
they have
adapters
adapters
actually
for-
make it super easy.
Right, don't
in
they got-
2007 though, they ain't no adapter that a child can get in. I was a child.
Oh,
I
when
got
am I
mine
gonna
on-
get one of those?
I had the ones for the PlayStation 2 to use on the computer.
Yeah, the PlayStation ones, like, they were a lot easier because it's like, they don't have the barrel, it's just a card. Nah. And I'm just like, bruh. Let me see here. Oh.
I would like to see more platformers at that basic level, like collectathon.
Well, they have a Hat in Time, but they're trying to make a resurgence.
Ukulele has a
I
2D platformer kind of like Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
Oh, I saw
I
that.
just noticed something.
but
So since Disney Plus came out,
Mhm.
I've been watching The Simpsons, and it just dawned on me.
They've been filtering
The
shit out.
principal, his name is Seymour Skinner.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
Seymour Skinner.
It just, I don't know, it just hit me. 20 years later. 30 almost years
Let's
later.
not forget either that there was an episode that revealed that Seymour Skinner isn't the real Seymour
Oh,
Skinner.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they
He was,
ran her son out of the real Seymour Skinner out of town.
Yeah.
And now our current Seymour has been a phony.
He's like, he's a war veteran, but not actually. He's just some like spy. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
No, he was a street hooligan. Cause he murdered.
Yeah.
He's always telling Bart.
Yeah, the war veteran guy is the real one. Like,
Yeah.
he went to the war and shit.
Yeah, he went to the war with them though.
Oh, they went to
Yeah.
the war
Yeah.
together.
Together.
And then they thought he died.
He thought he died, so he took on his mantle because he didn't want to go back to his own life. Shit.
Hell no. Bruh.
So his real mother ran him out because she didn't like him. They put this dude on a train and said goodbye. And now the current Seymour Skinner has been the real Seymour Skinner for years. Like 15 plus years. So it's a...
That's a bad character review. I don't like it.
Dude, Simpsons was deep. I didn't even realize how like much depth of story they have. How much of a in-depth story they have, I guess. Because I thought, it was just a joke after joke type deal. Every episode the same type of thing, and
Yeah, jokes and shit.
jokes and jokes.
Well,
and
they were
jokes
also
and
like,
jokes.
Matt Groening was also like, he was trying to make them, less funny and more appealing by making them like the modern families on like TV. Like he was trying. I don't think it would have worked right away if he had done that. But like as the show was going on, he could ease more into that, by adding character to the Simpsons.
Yeah, so basically these caricatures, they like flesh them out more so that they're not just a caricature.
What'd you do, Will?
So I just finished randomizing Pokemon Black, and it randomized the starters. Which of these three would you pick if these were your starter choices? Ghastly, Beldum, or Dratini?
Dratini.
I think I'm gonna go with Dratini.
I personally like the ghosts.
I know.
Pokemon, so I'm going Ghastly, but
Ghastly go hard.
But I can't
never
keep
had
Gengar
it.
unless I trade.
Dude, Beldum becomes Metagross though, and that's a Steel type.
True.
Gengar though.
Dude, Dragonite.
Dragonite's a
Like, you know what's worse than the Pokemon Sword and Shield controversy?
What's
The worst thing about Pokemon? What the fuck is up with the Ice type? Why is the Ice type so bad?
The only thing worse than Ice is Bug, as far as I know.
Bug at least has the benefit of it's meant for early game and you evolve it fast so that you can understand the evolution mechanics, because somehow I guess people don't know about how Pokemon works. But I think
What is grass strong to?
grass is strong to I think
Earth,
it is.
water.
Has it always been rock or earth?
Well, it's rock types.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So has it always
There's
been?
rock fighting.
Grass has always been strong against rocks?
Yeah, so out of all the
Rock,
starters,
ground.
grass
Yeah,
is always
hit with
technically
the
the weakest, but it is strong against water because it has the least resistances, and it's a support type basically.
Wait, so what is Ice weak against?
Ice
Fire?
is weak against basically everything.
Almost damn near everything.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
And which is funny because I love Articuno. Articuno being the first ice type Pokemon.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought, but
Wait, what? No, Dugong was. Articuno was.
Oh no, you're right because Dugong isn't. No.
Lapras. Dugong is Ice. It evolves
Yeah,
from
so
Steel.
it's weak against fire,
Oh.
fighting, rock, steel. It's
all
not
of them.
effective against fire, water, ice, steel. The only thing that it's like immune or resistant against is itself, and it's effective against grass, ground, flying, and dragon. But it has no resistances except for itself, which is booty cheeks.
Oh my goodness. I'm only strong against
sucks.
my other types.
I'm only strong against myself. Because I'm just like, bruh. Like, come on, man. They gotta do something for the ice type.
Like, the moment I saw that there was an ice cream cone.
Hey, it is an icicle covered in snow. It is
disguised as ice cream cone.
It is disguising itself.
That's not
The
shit.
fact-
They
the
just
fact
made
that
a
they gave-
fucking whipped cream Pokemon.
The whipped cream dog.
No.
Yeah, it's a whipped cream dog. Slurple or Slurp Pup or whatever the fuck.
No, that's a no. You're talking about the little lightning dog, the little corgi. That's not what I'm talking
But
about.
no, Slurp Pup is like a pink and white thing with like
I gotta look this up.
yeah.
Slurp Pup.
Yeah.
No, the one I'm talking about is called Alcremie.
Oh, Alcremie. I mean, Alcremie actually like it looks like a Pokemon. It kind of looks like a Digimon, to be honest. It's like a one of those what is it called? The rookie stage Digimon. Like when they can't really fight, it looks like that. Let's see here. Let's see. Man, I'm trying to think of because I'm trying to think of these Pokemon names and they're just eluding me because they're like it feels like half of them are terrible. Just like they're just like super basic. That
This
anyone can
is
think.
just a cupcake. Look at that. That is just a cupcake with a face.
Yeah, see?
I can't do
They
this.
stole strawberry shortcake and was like, I'm gonna call it Slurp Up.
And that one looks kind of cool. It looks better than a cupcake.
Yeah, I was right. It's Slurpup. It is a white bipedal Pokemon, and it has reddish pink eyes with white pupils, and is usually seen with its tongue poking out.
What does it do?
It smells nice.
That's it?
I was watching like this Pokemon theory video. I can't remember the YouTuber, but he was like going into detail. It's like why is he like this? Why does Slurpup smell nice?
I got something to say.
What evolutionary trait is it?
I got
Go
something to say.
ahead.
Out of all the Pokemon that are ridiculously just disguised as objects, I still say the best looking one is Voltorb.
I mean, Voltorb at least makes sense and like.
Right.
Hold on.
And Voltorb is based off of a mimic. The other ones are
What?
just like I don't know.
Never mind.
Like, literally, like, every time they've made a Pokemon that's supposed to be, like, a human-made object or based off some food or something, it looks terrible.
Oh yeah, it evolves.
Sounds
It
terrible.
evolves from Swirlix, which is the cotton candy dog Pokemon. So it looks like so it looks like
He
a.
looks like a Zygote. He looks like a Zygote.
This is like a puffball with like a tail sticking out.
you a puff.
It ain't got no legs.
When they made a Pokemon that was trash, that was literal trash, I was done.
I mean, Garbodor at least makes sense though.
Like,
At the evolutionary trait of looking like trash so it can disguise itself in filth so that nothing like interacts with it. This is disguised as food. It's disguised as something that things want to eat. It is disguised as something that will get itself killed easily.
that is counterproductive. Like, we already know people eat Pokemon. You know, they were chopping up Magikarp on the show.
Also, you have to trade this
Yeah.
Pokemon to evolve it, which makes it even worse.
That means you're gifting it to someone.
Like, I know Muck is trash, but at least he makes up for it by kind of looking cool.
The new Weezing is pretty dope though.
Oh,
like
yeah.
his little top hat shit.
Yeah.
Mr. Rhyme is alright.
Mr. Rhyme. Mr. Rhyme looks like a creeper.
Just give us more evolutions based on pre-existing Pokemon. I'm so done with
You're
this.
that- you're that guy.
Regional variants.
See, I fuck with the.
Give
Uh,
Blaziken a fourth evolution.
Right.
Right.
I think
I mean, it already has this.
No.
Here's
Mega
a Mega.
evolution?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you can't go past 3.
Let's get a 4. Give him a 4.
It feels like the only Pokemon they really try on are the mascots on the box, so the legendaries and the Suedo legendaries.
The Sword and Shield, the legendaries are the only ones I'm actually disappointed in because they look like they look like Digimon to me.
They
Yeah.
look like
Especially the skinnier one.
You know what? That's been like the longest like fucking debate.
But I think it's
Which
like they
one
look like
came out
wolves
first?
with stuff put on them.
What came out first?
Pokemon came out first, but Digimon was made to capitalize off of Tamagotchi. It was like a keychain pet.
That's right.
That's because that's what Digimon was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Based off of kind of
Yeah, it's based off of Tamagotchi.
It was a similar idea. Yeah.
Digimon. No, that I don't know. I preferred that show over Pokemon. Watching as a child.
For real.
Yeah, the Digimon show had way better.
Garurumon? Yo, he had the hands.
Yo,
You had
When
a
it was
bro,
mostly hands. Shit.
when they were able to fuse with their Digimon, I was like, yo, they finna go hands.
Hyodramon?
They were finna go on.
We out here. Mm-mm.
The reason I messed with Digimon so heavy was because of Greymon and Kabuterimon and the Garurumon evolution. Like, those are the best to me. And then, like, when I learned in the card games and, like, the video games that they, like, because when they would reach evolutions, they did it on the show, and I saw it in the games. I was always waiting for it to happen on the show. But, like, the designs were, like, so cool. Like,
Oh yeah, trivia for the day. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep was released today.
Yep.
I don't care.
It's actually one of the best Kingdom Hearts games.
I don't care.
What it was on PSP.
I have no respect for Will's opinion on video games. Borderlands 3.
Hey, Borderlands 3 is a good game.
Oh my god. You guys might as well buy an Xbox.
Why buy an Xbox? My thing is like Borderlands 3 is a looter shooter and I enjoy it.
I like.
I'll fuck with the story.
The reason
Right.
I think you should buy an Xbox because I heard you like trash.
Jeez.
Same day delivery.
What games are y'all playing? That's what games are y'all playing?
I mostly play Dark Souls and fighting games.
Sea of Thieves.
What games are y'all playing?
GTA 5.
I'm not feeling that Sea of Thieves.
What?
I ain't feeling Sea of Thieves.
Fuck you.
Bro, did you
don't
not?
know
Were
the
you there
part.
for the launch? Were you
Yes.
there for? Bro, why? Why were you
there
there?
for the-
Why would you subject yourself to that?
Because there were so many people in the game.
You'll
The
never-
But
fun
the
came
game
from
was
the community. No, the game wasn't broken. The game was just in the process of being made.
No.
Listen, because you guys didn't play the game.
I did play the game
Okay.
because I got it for free and I logged into that shit and I was like, why
Did you play with anybody
I
or just by
played
yourself?
with my friend because he gave me the invitation
Okay.
code for the shit.
Okay.
And I was like, bro, why are we here? Why are we doing this to ourselves? And it's just like, no, man, it's free, man. You gotta give it a chance with the Game Pass,
Well,
man.
okay,
I'm
so
like,
here. The idea behind Sea of Thieves and why people enjoyed Sea of Thieves when it first came out is because what is there to being a pirate except sailing the seas, finding other people's ships, taking their shit, or just looking for treasure?
Like, I
That's the only
understand the
point that was
concept.
doing
The
pirates.
concept
You
is
can only
fine.
do it for so long.
The
in a video
execution
game.
is
Which is
right.
fine. Which is
My-
fine.
My thing is
No,
the
it's
execution
not
was
fine.
bad.
properly. You haven't played the game now. You don't play the game now. The game has so much more to offer now. It started off small and it built its community.
You're
It's
playing that game now?
Yes, I play Sea of Thieves.
right.
My thing is more like
First
the execution
impressions
was
are
so
everything.
bad at first, it gave like a real bad impression. And my thing is like I understand it has a good community. Fallout 76 has a good
said
community
exactly
too.
what it
But
was.
I'm just saying that the execution
Rare-
was poor.
The
Very.
Rare never lied when they put out the game. They had a roadmap and they were communicating with the community about what was happening with the game. It's not like fucking No Man's Sky that promised all this shit and then didn't live up to it. Sure, No Man's Sky is a little better now, but I don't like No Man's Sky.
Hold up. My thing is my thing with roadmaps for games, I don't want, like, if a game drops, I want to pretend there ain't no roadmaps. I want to pretend I don't have any
The game never
internet.
told you it was a complete game from day one.
I understand that,
And,
but
like,
when
you
you
guys,
release the game, when your game comes out, I don't care about no roadmap. If the game right now is it good for me to play,
Then
can
don't
it-
play the game.
My thing is
What
like,
do
that's-
you mean? Games are meant to
What?
be complete.
No, the game.
You support.
You're
the
retarded. Okay, so I'm not. Because you're actually gonna make me upset. Because the
Oh,
game
good,
is
I
a
want
complete.
you to get
The
upset.
game is fucking complete. Don't actually make me mad. Because the game is fucking complete. Don't give me that.
But was
bullshit.
it complete when it first
That-
came out? That's
The game could have dropped like that and stayed like that, and people still would have found enjoyment in the game. Just because you don't find enjoyment in the game doesn't mean that the game was not enjoyable for different reasons.
Like, I
The
understand.
game's mechanics were all in place. The game had the shooting mechanics. It had the combat. It had the ship's destruction and the ship's repairing. It had the basics that were needed. You're talking shit about one game when games like Rust came out. Rust was fucking bare bones.
But we
Fucking-
don't enjoy Rust.
You don't play Rust. You don't play any of
Because
these
it's booty
games.
cheeks.
You talk about. You're willing to talk shit about an actual good game versus games that come out. Nobody talks shit. I don't hear you talking shit about Destiny or the original one.
Okay.
I talk shit about
Yeah.
Destiny all the time.
No one has to talk about Destiny, and we know
I talk
Destiny.
shit about it. I don't even play
like,
Destiny.
Did
Did you just assume my game?
No, shut up. Shut up. Because I actually play Destiny 2. I actually play Destiny 2. The game went free to play, and the game is actually enjoyable.
Okay, Destiny 2 is different from Destiny 1.
Exactly.
Like,
But
my
the point
thing
that I'm
is-
trying to make is you're exclusively treating Sea of Thieves as if it. You don't play the game, nor do you understand. This is what I know.
Alright.
Hold on, let someone talk for a second.
As of right now, of an audience score, Sea of Thieves stands at a 4.2 out of 225 ratings.
What? Yo.
Where are you getting this from?
What?
Where
Is
are
that
you
the
getting this
Metacritic
from?
store?
Yo.
No, he's just reading it off of fucking Google reviews.
Audience rating summary. Who are the people, Will?
Oh my god, you're reading. That's some bullshit ass
Alright,
review.
my thing is, it's like, alright,
You
in
basically
comparison.
just- whatever.
Let me
It's
make
the
a comparison of a game that was in development and
That's
was
still
not
replayed.
finished.
Nah, I'm cool.
That was not-
I'm so cool.
Alright.
I'm
No,
good.
so Ruben,
I'm so good. I'm tilted as fuck. I am tilted as fuck. No, I'm tilted because he pulled up Google review, not even a credible fucking review. Like literally everybody reviewed.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit, God. Oh, no, for real.
We'll pull out the Google search and research it.
My thing is like when RuneScape dropped, it was not a finished game, and this was in 2000. This was no Kickstarters. It came out and was still in beta, and everything had a niche community. That game was not done. It had a whole bunch of mechanics that weren't finished and
Right.
stuff like that, and it was in development.
That's the point.
And my difference between Sea of Thieves and RuneScape was Sea of Thieves was produced as an exclusive title and highly promoted to be like the flagship thing for the Game Pass. If you got the Game Pass, you got Sea of Thieves for free. That's why it had such a large install base. It's different because for the RuneScape, when it originally dropped before the membership and everything, and people weren't paying for it yet, and when people started paying, updates and everything started rolling out consistently and all that. And my thing is with Sea of Thieves, it had like an initial purchase for the install base.
Okay,
and
so
everything.
my question is, have you played Sea of Thieves as of right now?
Not right now, but my thing is like the first impression
Okay,
is
so
extremely important.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying.
Well, you can't
RuneScape's
say-
first impression was, hey, this game is free and we're still working on it. You can pay for some more if you want.
Right,
to make it
but you
better.
aren't just getting Sea of Thieves with Game Pass, so you can't just say that it
But
was
we're not talking
that
about
game
the
is.
Game Pass, we're
No,
talking about Sea of
he
Thieves.
did bring me. He
This
did
is
bring it
what
up. He
really
did bring
grinds
it up.
my gears. This is what really grinds my gears. This is what really grinds my gears. There's a game out there called Minecraft.
Yeah.
Probably one of the games to go and be under beta form for the longest.
Yeah.
Still under development.
Yeah.
Good game.
Yeah.
I've never played.
Yeah.
But everybody's like it's a good game.
It's a good game, especially
You just
with
defended that game like it was one of those, like a cult classic game. You just Hillary
Sea of
Clinton
Thieves
banging.
is the
Put
fun
that
that comes from Sea of Thieves is obviously being able to be a pirate. If you don't like being a pirate and you don't like, you burn yourself out on being the same fucking character the
Bro, I
entire
played
time.
the Pirates of the Caribbean online Disney game. I like playing
I
pirate
understand
games.
that a game can get repetitive. You don't have to play the same game forever. I don't just play Sea of Thieves. Like, I play Sea of Thieves for a couple hours. I go in and I fuck around. I jump onto other people's ship. I talk shit. I kill people. I jump off. I'm fucking Jack Sparrow in this bitch. I do what I want when I want.
I'm sure the game is good now. I'm talking about the initial
game was good to
impression,
begin
and then
with.
I played
The
like
game was
months.
good to
I
begin
played
with.
like months
The
after the
game
fact.
was good to begin
I
with.
played months after the fact, and it was still having
Because
like
the same
issues.
enjoyment I can pull now is the same enjoyment I had at the beginning of when the game first came out. Of being a character, of role-playing somebody else, and being able to express that through a character in any way that I wanted. If I want to go fuck around and play by myself, I can do that. If I want to go fucking do some random shit and find another ship and fuck around with them, I can do that. We had, at that point in the beta, if you actually played, we had, I have on my Xbox thousands of clips of me with like seven ships, people. Like,
What do you need?
What Alex was trying to say is the audacity that they had to push Sea of Thieves, that you had to pay, right? And then install this game into your system just to have so little content on this first impression.
So I will state this because you're completely fucking the timeline. The game was set to be released for free with Game Pass, but the game itself was $60.
That's what we're saying.
Listen. I'm not done. Listen, the game was $60 at release, but the game had not released. It had gone into beta for over 3 months. So before the game released, people were playing the game. So you can't talk about a game that was basically free.
That's why I'm saying I played it months after the initial Game Pass because I got Game Pass for free.
For months after the game, they had already started dropping the updates.
Yeah, and I went through and I was playing through things strongly improved. Like I understand that. That's why I said I played it after the initial
actually
release.
made me
Still,
defend
bro.
Sea of Thieves.
Bro,
Like,
it didn't sell him, bro. He likes Borderlands.
yeah, it's fine.
And if he likes Borderlands, which I think is a trash game, and he don't even like the game that I won't even mention because I don't even know his name.
Sea of Thieves.
I'm just saying.
My thing with
It's
Borderlands
trash.
I can
is
find
a
that.
looter shooter, and
Yeah,
the mechanics are crisp.
Well, that's the same
Looter
point I'm trying to
shooter,
make.
crisp mechanics, good shooting.
I can find
That's what I
enjoyment in a
fuck with.
game while still not like completely liking it. Yes, I have my qualms with the games that I play. Borderlands has a shit story, but the guns and the shooting, the looting are fucking what I wanted out of a Borderlands game. So I appreciate that game for giving me what I wanted more of. Well, I just wish it had a better story.
I just feel like Borderlands to me just feels like a more interesting Destiny because when you do like the looting and shooting in Destiny, hey, I don't want to like redo missions or like redo campaigns or like redo like boss rushes or anything in Destiny the same way I want to do in Borderlands because it's just like it's like real tedious for Destiny. The puzzles and stuff like that are annoying to do. Borderlands, if you know what to do, you run through, you kill some enemies. The puzzle is you gotta like do some shit real quick. Like you don't have to like be doing some platforming for 10 minutes at a time. You don't have to like carry some shit for like 5 or 6 minutes or anything like that. Borderlands is like I would say like it's simplified, but it's like the execution is really good for replayability.
I think Destiny was trying to be like this Halo firefight game.
Yeah, it's similar to Halo, but
it was trying to be like a Halo firefight, World of Warcraft type of game.
I'm
you
actually
raid,
like, if you
loot.
play Destiny now, like it's not a bad.
Well,
thing.
Destiny 2 is a lot better. I'm talking about the original Destiny when you were trying to like
Well,
go online.
they
and do
fucking
stuff.
lied to us. Like that was one of the worst fucking lies.
Yeah.
Like if you're talking about audacity, fucking Destiny had some motherfucking
I
audacity.
know.
of the
They
asshole.
had the biggest audacity.
Like what the fuck was even that? They promised so much shit for that game.
It's on buy games on drops.
Yep.
I just wait until
Yep.
everybody.
I always wait like a
Only
little bit.
game
Even
I
with
played.
Borderlands, I was excited for it, and I was just like, I'm
Just
gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because this
Thanks,
comes out
Riot.
all fucked up.
Thank you, Riot, for making a good game, or at least a decent game. Service is still shit though.
You got no papers.
Papers, please. You know that's a good game.
What, League of Legends?
No,
Papers,
papers, please.
please. Listen.
That's
You're
a
a
game.
border. You're a border.
You're a
patrol
border
agent.
patrol, and you gotta let certain people through. And if you let too many of the undesirables, you get fired. But you gotta turn certain people in and stuff like that, and you get paid based on it. So sometimes you just gotta send some good people that need some help to prison, so that you can feed their family.
What? You need to send some good people who need help to
Right,
prison.
so see, that's what when people say games aren't political or games are political. Well, Papers, Please is an example of a game where you can make a politically charged game, and the mechanics and everything carries it because it's a straightforward game and with fun mechanics that you can replay forever. And you understand the social like if you're for immigration or you're against immigration, whatever side you fall on, you can play the game and enjoy it for what it is. Is that you don't feel attacked, but you can still be like, oh, this challenges my views in this certain way, or I think of this in another way. Like it gets you thinking without like insulting you, basically.
That's salty.
Well, I mean, like you know, like you play certain games and they're like I'm a strong female woman and every man who hates me is a stupid piece of shit. Like games like that make you just like if I'm like, oh, I like this character and
Speaking
shit.
of games, you mean like movies like Captain Marvel?
Oh god.
No, let's
You know,
not. Don't even.
Strong female protagonist.
No.
My thing is just like I like Captain Marvel.
I can do strong female protagonists. I love Ripley. I
Because the
love
shit
Sarah Connor. Like strong female protagonists.
Like I even like Laura Croft in
I
her
don't
movies.
fuck with Mary Sue's.
That's it.
I think it's
And
like
yes, there can be Gary Stews, but if the Gary Stew has character, it's not really a Gary Stew.
well, my thing is like Mary
What the hell is
Sue's.
that?
Mary Sue's can work. Yeah, so Mary Sue's can work in certain stories. It really depends on the execution. Like I think Golden Boy. So it's an anime where this guy's like super perfect and stuff, but he's kind of a klutz. The thing is like it's not like he's a Mary Sue and he solves all his problems instantly and like everyone enjoys him and likes him. And he's a Mary Sue because he always has like the proper tools and like things to do. Like Batman technically is a Mary Sue in some continuities where he's like he always knows what to
He's
do.
always
He always has what he needs, stuff like that. But that could be executed properly. And like it's the same with like Wonder Woman in some stories, Superman in some stories. It depends on the execution. And my thing with Captain Marvel, she was a Mary Sue. Oh, but in a superhero movie, that's fine because they're supposed to be larger than life people. They're supposed to have like the tools they need to solve the problem. They're supposed to be able to overcome any obstacle in their way. Like they might struggle a little bit, but they'll overcome it.
What does this have to do with her reaching about her being put down as a woman?
Well, my thing is like the issue, like the
'Cause
issue
they were
that
reaching that whole movie.
yeah. My issue with it is like when they go like, oh, she's just suppressed
You ever
because
see
she's a
Patrick
woman.
Beverly play basketball?
Yes.
That's how they. That's the kind of reaching.
Because
You ever seen Meta War? He's
Yeah.
going to the stands.
Yeah.
That kind of reach.
because she's like her only struggle is like this struggle that she's being oppressed, but the main issue is like she's not having like there's no signs of that struggle in the actual movie. It doesn't show it. It doesn't present itself to us in any way. Because if they like showed it happening in the movie, or even like told us in some fashion, it wouldn't make sense. It would be fine if she was like, I'm a woman, I'm strong and independent and everything. And I would have been okay with that if like I showed her suffering and struggling through that, and then it gave her cause to say these things. Now it's just like she's just saying shit, and I'm like, okay, all right. Like it's like a Tyler Perry movie where they're like I'm a strong, independent black man. I'm not gonna let these white people get me down, and they do some shit, and you're just like, what the hell is happening right now? Why is he saying these things? I don't give a fuck about what he's going through right now because he ain't going through anything. The white person didn't just showed up for 5 seconds, and now they're beating the shit out of him. I don't even understand what he did.
Basically, what you're saying, it's like motherfuckers saying free Lil Ricky. Lil Ricky out here shooting motherfuckers up and fucking all these young little girls and shit.
Yeah.
Lil Ricky need to be in jail.
Yeah, right. He's a menace.
It's like leave Lil Ricky in jail.
Right, leave Lil Ricky in jail. He's supposed to be in there.
Free TK.
My big issue with Captain Marvel was how charged it was and how they were throwing it in our face months before it even came out. You know?
Yeah, if they had just shut the fuck up, it would have been
right. If you would just it's fine to mention it when it's in an interview setting or something.
Well, what's the point of sending a message?
Right. What is the point of mentioning every other sentence? This is a great achievement for women.
They acted like Wonder Woman didn't even happen.
Right. And it's
because to them it didn't.
Or Catwoman.
They live in a bubble. They live in a bubble.
It's worse with the actor herself.
You can't say they without considering yourself part of they.
Because
we.
I'm talking we are not the same then they and I.
My problem with Brie Larson personally is how she carries herself around her coworkers. Because you can tell in the interview they clearly don't like her. They really don't like her. Like in an interview she did with Jeremy Renner, the guy who plays Hawkeye, right?
Oh, when they were she's gonna be the next Tom Cruise, and she's like, no, I'm gonna be the next me, and he's like, damn, calm down.
Well, no. So the interviewer asked her, he was like, or he asked the guy who played Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner, and he was like, well, how do you use your platform to give yourself as an actor, how do you use that to carry yourself around, responsibly? He's like, well, I really don't have a platform. He was like, this is just my job. And then Brie Larson goes into a whole spiel about it. You know, she feels it's her responsibility to lead the charge for women in the entertainment industry. Now, I can respect that you want to represent women in the entertainment industry, but when it's so presumptuous that,
everyone hates
you
her.
should be the face of this.
Yeah.
Well, which women?
Right.
Which women are you leading?
White people.
I mean, but I'm not even saying that. Which women?
And she's like, she was so fucking boring.
Even if you have 2 white women in Hollywood, those 2 white women are gonna have the same experience. You know what I'm saying? So, which women is she leading the charge for?
My main thing is
that's wild.
They push Brie Larson so much, but they got people who is it? Kristen Stewart and a bunch of other people that have been acting, and they've been acting just fine and doing their thing, and Kristen Stewart, she gets a lot of flack because, some of her movies are kind of ass.
The Twilight series, she was just
she was in, she played Snow White, I think, or she played Snow White or Cinderella in, a live-action remake of Disney.
No, you're thinking Emma Watson.
No, it was before...
It's the Huntsman.
It was before they blew up. She was playing, Snow White, but it wasn't called,
wasn't... Disney wasn't doing their full, live action universe.
Princess movies.
Yeah, and she was in a couple action movies.
That was a test run.
Yeah,
I heard she's actually pretty good in the Underwater.
Yeah. They said Underwater is supposed. Did it just come out or is
it's coming out? I think.
Yeah, and my thing with her is mainly she she came out as lesbian and stuff like that, and she does her own thing. Oh shit.
Oh.
She she cares for like different stuff or like LGBT and all that, but people only brought her up for the Charlie's Angels remake.
Mm-hmm. That was garbage.
Basically to say that Ben just hated it and stuff like that. But I like Kristen Stewart. I saw it for her, and that movie was ass.
Right.
Also, Charlie's Angels worked way before back in the day. How is it like Ben just hate women now?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. And my thing is like I'm the type of person, I'll see anything. I'll play any video game. I don't care if it's a female protagonist, black or white, whatever.
Sometimes I prefer it.
Like you can have like whatever protagonist you need to tell whatever story you want, and like I know some people are like, oh, it doesn't matter, you can just swap them out. I'm just like some stories it should be like a black man, sometimes it should be a Hispanic woman. Whatever you need to tell your story the way that you want to tell it. I completely understand. Like Mafia 3 wouldn't be the same if it was a white guy because it's a black man coming back from the war and the racism he experiences in the 70s or wait, is it the 80s? I think it's the 70s or 80s, something like that. Like it's different based on who you play. Like I understand, like some stories you can just swap them out.
What audience you're trying to grasp. It's like
that too. Like China.
As an artist, you gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta look at it, who you're trying to please or who you're trying to grasp or whose attention you're trying to get at, as well as who's telling the story, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
From like your experience or from someone else's
Yeah.
point of that's what it really comes down to. But I mean, as a kid, I used to be like, I couldn't really do the whole watching, like, for example, I couldn't watch anime that was tied around women or like the main girl was the main, or chick was the main character because they usually bored me. But like when I got into playing League, if you ever play League, there's like 50 or 60 characters.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the women are the best characters.
Yeah. Like
all the dudes
Ari,
are
the
practically
Fox.
yeah. All the dudes are shit. Like it's not all that fun. Like there's a couple of guys that are fun to play, but like they're really just it's nothing like compared like to Ribbon or
or like Tekken,
Ari
Street Fighters, stuff like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think guys are misrepresented in the game and shit. We're like the weakest characters.
It's like or we be default as fuck. It's like, what if I want to be
I
fast?
swear we're default as
What
shit.
if I want to be fast? What if I want to be swole? Like, why I got? It's like, what is this?
Why you give me the sim body? The fuck is this? Sims busting out? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
And my thing is like for people that are like, oh, we gotta improve diversity and stuff like that. And my thing with like diversity is like for comic books and like certain movies, it's like we got Static Shock, we got Cyborg, we got all these black like Hispanic characters. Where they at? Where they at? Why are we turning white characters black or Asian and stuff like that? While we got our niggas over here and they're like, oh, they're just not gonna do well. Nobody knows who they are. I'm like, people know who Spawn is. People know who Blade is. People know who Static Shock is. Don't fucking lie to me. People know who Cyborg is. People know who Aqualad is. And shit. Like, come on now. Like, they had the Aquaman movie. They could have threw in like a Aqualad scene. They could have came out with an Aqualad movie. Shit. And then people are just like, we just gotta make them Hispanic or black or whatever. I'm just like, we got these characters already made by black people or white people, whoever they're made by. I'm just like, we got the characters already. Use them, please, God.
They also gotta pertain to Disney, and Disney has to,
Yeah.
Disney signs off everything, so
Disney on some dumb shit.
It's Disney.
Yeah.
The only smart thing they've done is fucking put out this Disney fucking Plus thing, man. Boy, I tell you.
The only thing I like about Sony owning Spider-Man is just fucking with Disney. And people were on Disney's side with the whole like fiasco when all Sony did was so Disney wanted a larger chunk of the Spider-Man movies Sony was producing and making and everything. And Sony was like, nah, B. And Disney's like, oh, there's never gonna be Spider-Man because Sony's being a bitch. That's basically what Disney did.
And they make billions in the merchandise. They
Yeah.
just had the merchandise rights the first time around. Now they want they wanted like a 50% stake in co-financing.
Yeah, and people are like, oh, it's Sony's fault. They're using a loophole for blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, we gonna be mad at Sony for doing a copyright loophole when Mickey Mouse defines our copyright system right now. Like every 20, 30 years, however they need, the copyright system changes so that Disney does not lose the rights to Mickey Mouse. It's so bad. I just want Congress to be like, alright, we're just gonna make like an executive decision. Alright, Disney will always own the copyrights of Mickey Mouse so it can stop fucking up the copyright system. It is that bad. Like, just let them have it. Holy shit.
Right.
Wow.
Like, dead ass, every time the date comes up, they change the copyright system. And it doesn't make any sense. Like,
Just so that it suits Mickey.
yeah. And I'm just like, I understand Disney, they don't want to lose their mascot, but come on, man. They gotta have some other, yeah.
2025, fucking Mickey's on Nickelodeon and shit.
Yes. It's gonna have them on Cartoon
Network
Network.
on Disney. That'd be so good.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse, Superman, Batman, Snow White, Looney Tune characters will all fall in the public domain between 2031 and 2035.
Yeah, so Spider-Man should have went public domain this year when they had the dispute between Sony and Disney. So Disney fucked them own selves on this.
We could have made fan art. We could have made fan books, made money.
It's like they fucking it so badly, they fucking themselves over. That's why they're just buying everything. Soon we're gonna have Disney sponsored PlayStations now. Shit. They're gonna be like, oh, you ain't gonna give them up? Alright, get over here, Sony, little motherfucker. Like,
it runs at 13 gigamouses.
it's like they gonna be like, it has blast Disney processing.
Every PlayStation 5 is gonna come with Disney Plus.
Pre-installed, you gotta launch the Disney Plus app.
You don't even have to download it.
We're gonna have a Nintendo 2 for the best reception.
No update, it's just gonna be ready.
Yeah.
Load it up.
Mm-hmm.
Respond best when you're playing it on PlayStation 5.
Like, I'm just, man. Like, they're gonna force remove it from all Xboxes, all Switches, everything. Computers, too.
They're just gonna take it from Xbox.
Yeah, probably. They don't
Just
give a
fuck
fuck.
Xbox.
But man, I'm just like, people, because it's so frustrating. People are just like, well, I mean, like, it's their mascot, man. We gotta change it around to suit them. I'm just like, they're a giant company. They'll be alright. They'll be fine. If other people use Mickey Mouse for shit, they'll be alright. We'll understand when when Disney's using it. Like they're not making full live action like Mickey Mouse movies and shit. They don't need the copyright for that character that badly. It's not integral to their business. It's not like they're like some restaurant like on the corner where Mickey Mouse is their mascot and that's how they're recognized. Yeah, it's just like, it's frustrating.
Frustrating. Shit. Try being Nick Cannon right now.
Oh man, when he came out with that remix of with that one song that Eminem made, where it's like black girls are this and
black girls are bitches.
Yeah, and my thing was like, what, like, Nick Cannon made that the chorus, and black people were like, man, Eminem go hard in that shit. He made him the hook and everything. Like, that's how you know you're
that beat
bad.
did go in.
Yeah, like we got black women going, man, that Eminem hook, he fucking killed it, man. Like, it's that bad.
The coldest part of Nick Cannon's diss was the fact that
He mixed Eminem songs, right?
Yeah. Like, when you go back to listen to that, I'm just like, oh my god, how did he remaster this track and mix it so well? Nick Cannon, your sound engineers did a great job. Eminem was like, what, like 18, 17, 19 when he made that song? That song is 30 years old.
You know what's crazy? If we go to war, we won't see you again.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm sneaking onto the boat with him.
damn, you gonna go with Alex, man? Fuck. That shit's gonna suck
Alright.
my cheeks.
Nah, it'll be alright. They'll just
I mean,
have
if they
them draw
shoot down
stuff.
the carriers, nah, I guess I'm lucky.
Well, can you break your legs?
I like
Would
that.
that work?
Yes, technically, yes.
It would stop you from.
Yes, I would be wheelchair bound for a couple months.
Well, I mean, they can put you on cafeteria duty, I guess.
No, they would make me do paperwork, probably.
Oh damn, they'd still take it. We still need them.
Hey, Federal Express is here.
It's just like, all right, let's see, what were you qualified? Logistics. All right, you're a logistics specialist now. Get over here. But I was a mechanic. Nah, nigga. Nah.
No leg, no leg, arm, leg. We need you.
It's like I got 30% disability. I'm hearing 0% right now. I can't walk. Well, you don't need a chair for any stairs around here. We got ramps.
Oh.
You got everything you need. Get on board.
We'll have your barracks room on the first floor and everything.
Personally, alright, dumb question of the day. We go to World War III. What is your projected KD?
What is your projected? Hopefully 0, 0, 0, nigga, because
It's
I'm
like,
not trying to go to war.
if I get the same job, technically,
Like I
I'd be
told
like
you.
0, 0, and my assistant gonna be like 1,000 and something.
Like I told you, man. I ain't never had an Iranian call me no nigga. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I will protect myself against foreign and domestic of any foreign substance.
Shut the fuck up. God,
That's just how I roll.
you should open that.
Get the gap.
But fucking yeah, you gotta. Nah, man, I'm not in agreement to it, cause like every time we go to war,
It's over some dumb shit.
it's over some dumb shit. We've been over in Iran for what?
14 years?
14
no,
years.
we were
We've
in
been over
Iraq.
there for
15.
almost
No,
30
we were in,
years.
no, we in
We've been
Iraq.
over there since the 80s, haven't we?
No,
Like,
that's
come on.
Iraq.
That was Iraq. This is Afghanistan and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it's
the
been going on for like 15 years.
yeah, so the issue is that
Since
throughout
we're in the third
2019,
You've been in the
and
Middle East for 40 years.
they were attacking us like regularly and stuff like that. And then Trump finally responded, but he killed like a general. He killed someone like real important. So they were attacking like embassies and other shit like that, and like military
Apparently
bases.
they just shot a missile. They were shooting missiles today.
Yeah, but
At U.S. bases, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean they were doing that shit before. Nothing changed.
So what that mean? What that mean? They going to war? We going to war?
It's not gonna be no World War III. If we actually go on a full-on war with
I
Iran,
hope not, because I'm not trying to fight some Chinese or no Russians.
nah, man, no. Before we even get anywhere near the draft, the Congress has to approve it, and they don't give a fuck about Donald Trump, so that shit ain't going through. You can't do no executive order for no draft.
Tell me. Would they actually draft in a world war?
So in a world war, we would only begin to draft if so we have our main forces currently, then we have the reserves, and then we have the Coast Guard, the National Guard, and then we have the people like me who are in the IRR. Alright, so we'd have to go through all of the like hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of people before we get anywhere near a draft. And by the time we get
would
to
have to get sent before it's time to get drafted.
yeah, because like we had and all the veterans that were recently out like me, they have all the reservists and like all types of shit way before the draft. So Congress has to approve the draft beforehand, and the only point we would get to that is if the U.S. is taking like severe losses. Like I'm talking like we're on some what's it called, storm the beach type shit.
Right, dog.
Storm the beach of Japan and get her ass kicked in.
Like shit. Like, and before we ever get to that point, we would probably just bomb the shit out of Iran and probably take it over.
I mean, the only problem with countries like that is if they got real strong missiles that'll really do some real damage.
The main issue is like a power vacuum in that place too.
Because you're talking about people that potentially don't give a fuck about living.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean,
for
so
everyone else.
they're so bold as to like what 2 days after they assassinated that general or they hit him with the bomb, they dropped the bomb on him. The Iranian government announced an $80 million bounty on Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like that shit.
And I'm glad he clarified this because the Iranian government said our problem is not with the American people, it is with Trump and his cabinet. So I'm cool.
My thing is more like that doesn't mean anything. at all. They, like, we could announce today, hey, that there's a bounty on Kim Jong Un. Nobody gonna get it, and even if they did, he's just gonna he's gonna instantly be replaced.
Right. Yeah, that's my thing. Is like, you know, if you already got something you're dealing with, but that's bad. What bright idea would be to replace that hit?
Right.
Or like cut that hit
When you know another hit's gonna grow back.
Yeah.
Cause
That'll only be worse and immune to the first cut that you just dealt. So
there's like 16 successors after the president, right? And
Yeah.
after, if
Well, I
people
mean,
keep dying and
like
shit.
after I think the fifth
well, first
person
of all, if
is more
something
debate.
happens to Trump, Mike Pence becomes president.
right?
And we don't even know what the fuck Mike Pence does. Because, like, you know.
At least he's gonna be on Twitter list.
He's
Jesus.
already allegedly like a fucking child. You know,
Right.
alleged to be like
He
a
looks
child.
creepy.
Fuck, I forgot what the fuck. I'm getting on too much. But, fucking, you know. He touched children. He diddles kids. He diddles kids.
Confirmed. You heard it here first.
He's not confirmed.
He's a
Allegedly.
Willard said that.
We're gonna have a button
Those are
so we
Willard
can hit
facts.
it and it just says allegedly.
Willard. Those are Willard facts.
Allegedly.
DJ Willard. But my thing is like so it'd be Trump and Pence and then I think it's the Speaker of the House and then no it'd be the cabinet so and I'm trying to
And
think.
Mike Pence. After Mike Pence, then it'd probably be Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, she's the Speaker of the House, yeah.
And then I think
It's
one
like
of
a
the chairs.
it's like a secretary of some shit and they're not even elected so it's gonna be a shit show if it gets to that point.
Secretary of State.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think. Yeah.
But my main thing is like if they like came anywhere near America, it's gonna be a clusterfuck because they're gonna get killed instantly.
I just don't even. I don't know.
I don't know. The way our defenses is set up is just unless we went to war with like Canada, it's inconvenient to invade America.
If anybody taught us anything, they're hiding something.
Yeah.
So what's really going on?
It is inconvenient as fuck to fucking attack America. I'm just saying.
I mean, isn't it a little convenient that China was talking about having mobile suits soon?
They talking about World War III.
I mean, they were talking
They
about
have
having.
condoms now.
They were talking about having a submarine that was 3 times the size of our submarine. And you know how that shit works? It doesn't. That's why we don't have
It doesn't.
It's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna have 500 people at once on this boat operating it 24/7.
The Chinese.
It'll work out great.
What?
Grab these sons of bitches.
Well, no, they like crash into shit because their crews don't get any rest and they fucking like when you operate a submarine, you gotta like stay
Have
vigilant
shifts.
at all times, and they have to have shifts for like the different watch stations and shit. Like our boats, I don't know if I can say it, like we have multiple shifts. It's not just like one off, one on
Right.
type shit. And so, like for China, they just be like, get out there and you'll figure it out. So they have like people that work the same job all day, basically all night. They get sleep when they can. They might eat, like type shit.
They might eat.
And so, yeah,
Well,
so
when they're on shift, I'm sure you guys are on shift.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
you
we're
come
on
in,
shit. Yeah, but
and somebody
they.
come tap you out, then you
Yeah.
go sleep and eat, and
Yeah.
then get ready for your shift again.
Yeah, and my thing is like their issue is like with their manning because they don't like train their people well. They don't care about their safety, so that causes accidents and problems and shit. And having a big ass submarine, there's more accidents and problems and more people that you have to have. And so that's why we don't have like this giant ass submarine where you gotta have 500 fucking people on it at once to like operate correctly. Because if one person gets sick, another person gets hurt, other shit like that, shit just falls the fuck apart. And it's just man.
They got a big army, man.
Yes.
Them and the Russians.
Hopefully it's not some Evangelion type shit. They got fucking a space
Skyward heaven slice.
They got space. They
Start
got a
going.
space mech.
I just hope they don't have the Epion Gundam.
Mm-mm.
I just
Oh
don't
my
hope they
God.
have the Epion Gundam.
You just see a spear get shoved like
Oh.
over Minnesota.
Where the fuck are the Zoids at?
The Zoids would be cool.
What do you mean where the Zord at? Where is the Thunder Zord at, bro?
The Thunders.
Where is the Thunder Zord, bro? Where is the Dragon Zord? I thought Power Rangers were American. No. Am I wrong?
Can't run
In a society full of patriots and people of fake heroism, surprised that I ain't seen too many real vigilantes out here.
I mean, there is some, but they go to jail pretty quick because as soon as a burglar get fucked up, they're just like, "Who did this to you?" I'm like, "Some nigga in a bat costume."
Well, the city. Where was Phoenix Jones? Detroit? No.
I thought that
Phoenix Jones.
You remember Phoenix Jones?
Who's that?
So he was a real
he was like on the news and they were like doing interviews. And
yeah,
shit.
like he was part of this movement. He called it the Rain City superhero movement, right? He did martial arts. Like he actually looked like a ripoff of Bible Man, bro. But he had purple and gold. And this man was actually going out. Like the only thing he really had was mace and a stun gun. And he was actually going out and breaking up disputes and helping people call the cops to get them help. Like if he saw them in trouble. But there was one incident, and like the local government endorsed him. They loved him. And then like he got a bigger crew or whatever, and something happened where he got like a lady sprayed him in the face. Like he got into an altercation. Like everyone just kind of abandoned him, and they dispersed it. It was popular for like 3 years. They just turned their back on Phoenix Jones, bro.
Phoenix Jones.
He's still active, but he just doesn't do his vigilante stuff.
I mean, I want
You should watch it. It's on YouTube. It's called the Rain City Superhero Movie. Watch it, bro. It was some real shit, dog.
It's some real shit.
He would just. I'd never seen him whoop nobody's ass, but he was going out there stopping fights. You know, helping people call the police who needed it. It's real shit, man. Like, we kind of need more of that mediation. You know?
True.
Yeah, I guess America could use more community.
But I'm still mad about the dude you heard about the dude that helped a woman on the side of the road. Her car was broken down, and then after he got done helping her, she called the police and told them that he sexually assaulted her. And then after that, the dude was just like he got out his car and like helped change her tires and everything. And like he looked at her engine and like got her car started so she could drive home and everything. Dude like just gave her a hug and went on his way. He wasn't homeless or nothing. He would just help. You saw her parked, helped her out, did his thing, and then left. Like he was just like, I did me a good deed, and this bitch called the police on him.
For sexual harassment. Yo,
Yeah.
that's great. You heard about this story where that girl got that was drowning?
Oh yeah.
And she fucking.
I didn't consent to him saving my life.
Yo,
I hope that joke was that story was just a joke, like because that's terrible. I hope that's like an
That's like-
article.
Cause I'm letting your ass drown now. I don't know you be.
Like, how is that supposed to come up in conversation? You know, if you're a lifeguard, you're swimming towards somebody, and people are saying you're drowning, how am I supposed to focus on swimming?
Can I save your life?
Right, like,
I
I don't care
Can I
if you
save
don't.
your life?
It's like, bitch,
Can I
it's my
save your
job.
life? She died. So why didn't you save her? I didn't get consent to touch her.
I'm gonna need, like, for anyone, I except for family and friends, I'm gonna need written consent to save you. Because word of mouth don't mean shit no more.
I'm gonna need written consent. I'll swim all the way out with a pen and paper.
Waterproof pen and paper.
It's like, I need you to record this.
I need you to say that you're drowning. You need help. Right. Too busy fucking drowning and shit.
Like, you know.
Alright. That was the NoodleCast. That is episode whatever the fuck. We're signing off. This is your host, Tato Post, Rinse, and then my co-host,
Art.
Jesse.
Holland's dead. Have a nice night.
You for real now.